right, guys, so I'm on my way back from Target. I decided last night that I was going to get up and head to one of the local stores a bit early to try to catch the Firefly. So I looked at Pop Finder and I saw one store in my local area that opened at 7. They still had about 4. No, they had 6. They had 6 Fireflies and Vipers. So I timed it so I was able to get there about 10 minutes early. Made it there about 15 minutes early, which was a good thing because I ended up being number 6 in line. So as we're standing in line, some of the guys were talking and I asked them, you know, all of y'all are getting 1 each, and they said, yeah. So they were like, there's 6 of us here. And then, you know, by that time there was about 3 people behind me. So I'm like, yeah, here we go, man. I already know it's about to be some drama. You know, the guys in front of me were like, well, nobody's going to get in front of me. They're going to get knocked down, basically. You know, so I'm like, all right, well, hey, just so you guys know, I'm number 6. And I took a picture so I could prove I was number 6. Not that it would really prove anything, because if somebody runs past me, it's not like Target's going to care. You know, they won't care, but whatever. So anyway, doors open. The guy at the very front is walking. He's walking faster than I can run, but he's moving, man. But all the rest of us were in a single file line walking, the people behind me. So we walk toward the toy aisle. We make a right to go toward the back, and as we're making a right, this guy in a blue hoodie, a light blue hoodie, comes cutting across the other aisle.
That boy sure is a running fool.
Cuts in front of everybody, so now he's number 2. And by the time we get to the toy aisle, you know, he's already there, but they didn't have the, good God, this person's flying. Look at this. Unbelievable. So, anyway, so blue hoodie is number 2 in line now. He's looking frantically. Everybody's looking at all the shelves on the end caps and everything. And finally, one of the guys asked one of the employees if they can look it up, but they didn't have the DPCI number. He only gave them a description of what we're looking for. So the guy was like, I'm new here. I don't really know. Is it a video game? So they're talking to him. I start heading back to the double doors that lead to the rear. And as I'm walking there, an employee comes out pushing a cart. So I'm like, hey, bro, can you look up these DPCI numbers for me? And I'm the only one standing there. And he's like, sure, man. So he looks them up. He's like, and I'll tell him, I said, tell him the situation. They just are releasing today. There should be 6 in the back. There were 6 of us waiting. So, you know, I'm number 6, even though I'm talking to you first, I'm number 6. So he pulls it up. By this time, some of the other guys that were waiting had noticed that I caught this guy. So now a crowd starts forming behind me. And the guy's like, yeah, man, cool. So he goes in the back, and everybody's just waiting at this point. So he comes out. 2 of the guys come out, each holding 6 figures apiece. And he's like, hey, man, let's walk over here to do the checkout. So now everybody's walking in line to check out. And at this point, I'm number 3 because the guys I could recognize, 1 and 2, they were there before me outside. I just let them go ahead. I don't know who else was in front of me at that point. First guy checks out. Second guy checks out. Blue hoodie, I don't know whether he got one or not, man. That dude just looked like a scalper. He knows he wasn't one of the first in line. And when the group of people stopped the first guy, he even said, you guys should have 6 apiece here of each one of them. So he knew how many were there. He knew how many were there. And he knew he wasn't number 6. So he decided he was going to cut the line just as I predicted. I already told him, you know, when we were standing outside, I was like, somebody is going to go bolting down the aisle, and it's not going to be pretty, because I didn't get up this early on New Year's Day to come out here and stand in front of a Target only to have some idiot in a blue hoodie cut in front of me and then end up scalping the damn figures online anyway. You know, so anyway, it all worked out. Hopefully Blue Hoodie finds one somewhere else, man. But, you know, that type of shady stuff, man, you guys got to cut that out, dude. You got to cut it out. It's not that serious. Collecting this line of figures it's draining, dude. It's draining. But, you know, the other thing that made me want to go ahead and get up and try to get one was I looked on Mercari, and people were selling, at least trying to sell. I don't know if they sold or not. I didn't look. But they were trying to sell for $140, bro. $140. I was like, what? For what? For what, dude? 140. Like, what made it go up that high? Now, granted, they had them up for sale yesterday, New Year's Eve. So, yeah, okay, you beat everybody by a few hours, but does that mean it's worth that much? No. That's crazy. I'm not paying, like, Baroness was going for less than that when she came out, and she includes a bike. And whether or not you like the bike is another story, but at least she included an accessory. Not paying $140 for a Viper. That's stupid. And, you know, part of it, too, was just that itch, man. That itch, like, dude, I know if I get up, I can probably get one, and if I don't do it, because I woke up this morning, honestly, I didn't want to get up. I was tired, dude. Didn't go to sleep till like 3 or 4 a.m. I set my alarm for 7:20, and I woke up around 7:05 and turned the alarm off because I was like, screw that, I'm not getting up, I'm tired. So I lay there for a little bit contemplating, and I was finally like, you know what? If you don't get up and go, you're going to regret it later. So just go ahead and get your butt up, go there. If they don't have it, then fine, you can order something else online, because I'm still trying to track down some of these Star Wars Black Series figures. So like I said, man, it worked out, but Hasbro, man, you're killing me. You're killing me with the, yeah, you would think they would have learned from these other figures, man, these other releases, and I get it. They're not necessarily trying to meet demand. They just want people, they want the foot traffic in the store so that people may miss out and they get something else. And I understand that, dude, but six a piece? And no telling when they're going to restock. And when they do restock, my God, that's even worse, because when they show up on Pop Finder or BrickSeek, they may be on the truck. So if you try to go up there in the morning, first thing, chances are you're going to be asking somebody about it. They're going to be like, oh, yeah, we have them, dude, but they're on the truck. They haven't been unloaded yet. And then you're sitting there waiting, looking like a dick for, 30, 40 minutes while these guys unload the truck. And you're wasting your damn time. It could be longer than that. Honestly, sometimes they're like, come back in a couple of hours. And no, I'm not coming back in a couple of hours because they're going to be sold. So do you want to stand up there and spend your whole day looking for action figures, waiting for them to unload them off of a truck? No, at least in this case, and the funny thing is the guy told me, the guy that I stopped that ended up going in the back getting them, he said, well, yeah, man, they may be in the back, but they may be on the truck. And I was like, no, they've been here for a few days now. I've already seen them. They're not on the truck. I'm sure you've had people coming in there trying to buy them early. That's how it always goes. But, man, this hobby is something else, man. It's one of those things where it makes you, where it had me to the point where I basically quit the line. But that itch was still there because I really liked the line. G.I. Joes were my favorite action figures growing up. They were my favorite toys of all time. I read the comics, I watched the cartoons, I had the toys, all of that. So it's a nostalgia factor there for me. And it's like one of those lines that when they released it, I was like, yeah, I got to collect this just for the sake of nostalgia. But, that's what makes it hard, because I really like the line. If this was something else, I probably wouldn't even bother, if it like Marvel Legends, I'm not getting up fighting over these Marvel Legends like that. I'm not getting up doing it. Star Wars, I collect those. I'm not getting up for Star Wars going up there. But then, it's rare that you see a Star Wars figure selling for $140 before it even released. Like I've never really seen that. Not saying it didn't happen. I haven't seen it. Marvel Legends, I haven't seen it. These G.I. Joe, I don't know what it is. I think, if I had to guess, I would say it's just, people like me that grew up on G.I. Joe and now are in a place in life where you can afford to buy, many G.I. Joes as you want. You have that nostalgia factor, and scalpers are taking advantage of that. They know what's going on. They know these are hard to get items. They're hot ticket items. They're going to go fast, and you can sell them and flip them and make a quick buck. And it's sad. So, yeah, man, that's my story. That's my story. It's an interesting way to start the year. Luckily, it turned out good for me. And we didn't have like multiple people try to cut line and rush back there, because that would have got ugly. You guys can fight over it. I'm not fighting over it. I'm getting one of each. One way or the other, I'm getting one of each. So however you guys want to do it, let's do it. You know what I mean? And it's sad that you have to be that way over toys, man, over action figures. You know, but it's the principle of the matter for me, man. It's like, don't be a dick. I was being douchebags, man, and trying to bully people, because I think that they believe that a lot of collectors just won't say anything. They're too scared to say, man, screw that. So anyway, guys, that's my story. Hope you enjoyed it. Look forward to more videos. I may do a review of these figures, but for now, see you next time.